Welcome back friends to my YouTube channel Misra for Maths, and in this session we are going to learn about adjoint of a matrix. And you can recall that in our previous sessions we had discussed about cofactors and minor, then the properties of determinant. Previous to that we had discussed about matrices and different operations of matrices. Now this adjoint of a matrix is very important because in our next session we are going to discuss the problems, the day-to-day life problems based on matrices, that is the word problems, and there you will need how to find the adjoint, because adjoint is required to find the inverse of the matrix. And for the CBSE board exam purpose also adjoint is very important, because every year you will find one question of 6 marks where you have to find inverse, and the problems may be like word problems. So let us begin adjoint of a matrix. Now first let us see what is adjoint of a matrix. What is adjoint of a matrix A? Suppose A is any matrix. Adjoint of A or adjoint A, that is same thing. Now what is adjoint? If suppose you are having any matrix A whose elements are, suppose A1 1, A1 2, then A2 1, A2 2, and if we are finding the cofactors of the elements of this matrix, cofactor of the elements of this matrix, and we are writing a matrix whose elements are the cofactors of that. Suppose I am writing another matrix, suppose B, whose elements are the cofactors like A11. You can recall earlier we had discussed capital A11 is the cofactor of small a11, then capital A12, A21, A22. So B is another matrix whose elements are the cofactors of the elements of matrix A. Now if we are writing the transpose of B, that is B transpose, this will be A11, A12. You can recall transpose. Transpose of a matrix is the matrix obtained by interchanging the row and column. So here first row is A11, A12. This becomes the first column. Second row is A21, A22. This becomes the second column. And this matrix which you are observing here, which is transpose of B, this is the adjoint of A, which is represented as ADJ A, adjoint of A. So basically what we can say, adjoint of any square matrix, you just remember, you will find the adjoint of only a square matrix. So adjoint of any square matrix is the matrix obtained by transposing a matrix whose elements are the cofactors of the corresponding elements of given matrix. So let me write the definition of that. The adjoint of a square matrix Aij M into M. M into M means it is an order of M, that is number of row and number of column is same here. You can see it is a square matrix. The adjoint of a square matrix Aij M into M is transpose of the matrix capital Aij m into m. Now you can recall this capital Aij represent the matrix formed by writing the cofactors of corresponding elements of this matrix, given matrix, where capital Aij is the cofactor of a small aij. A small aij is the element of given matrix, and capital Aij is the element of the matrix whose transpose we are doing to find the adjoint. And the adjoint of the matrix is denoted by Adj. This is, in general, we are using this symbol. Adjoint of A is Adj, then capital A. Now let us see the adjoint of a square matrix of order 3. If we are having any matrix A which is like this, A11, A12, A13, then A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. This is the given matrix, and if we have to find adjoint of A, symbolically we are writing like that, Adj, then A, adjoint of A, then that is transpose of this matrix, the matrix whose elements are the cofactors of corresponding elements of matrix A. So that is capital A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. So if I am removing this language transpose of, and I am just writing here the symbol like this dash, so adjoint of A is transpose of this. This dash of this matrix means transpose of this. So that will be what? We will change the row with column. So the first row will be the first column here. So that is A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, so A31, A32, A33. Now I think it is clear to all of you how to find the adjoint of any matrix. So what is this step? Let me again remind you, recollect the previous concepts here. To find adjoint of A, first find the cofactors, then write the matrix whose elements are the cofactors, and then to get the adjoint, write the transpose of this matrix. So there are three works. First you have to write the cofactors of all the elements of given matrix, then write a matrix whose elements are the cofactors, and then transpose that matrix. So you will get the adjoint of that matrix. Let us see the problems based on this adjoint. Suppose we have the question, find adjoint of, Adj is the sort here, adjoint of matrix A whose elements are A11, A12, A21, A2. Let us see how to write this. So first of all, I have to find out capital A11. You can recall my previous concepts, the algorithm. First we have to find the cofactors. So capital A11 means the cofactor of A11. So we have to first see the sign. You can recall we have to add these two. 1 plus 1 is 2. Even sign will be positive. And now you just delete the row and column in which it is. So you will delete this row and this column. So what is left here? A22. A22. Then A12. Here 1 plus 2 is 3, odd. So minus sign. And we will remove this and this. So A21 is there. Then A21. 2 plus 1 is 3, minus sign. If the sum is odd, minus sign. Now you remove the row and column in which that A21 lies. So this row and this column A12 is there. For the square matrix of order 2, it is very easy to write. Then A22, 2 plus 2 is 4, so plus, and we will remove these two. So this is clear. So we can say the adjoint of A is the transpose of this one, capital A11, A12, A21, A22. So let me write that. This is A11, that is A22. A12 is minus A21. Then A21 is minus A12. This is A11. And we have to write the transpose of that. This is the matrix, its transpose. So we have to write the transpose of this. So you can remember how to write the transpose. We will change the row and column, interchange कर देंगे. So that will be A22 minus A21, then minus A12, A11. So this is the adjoint of A. This is the adjoint of A, that is A22. Now you can relate that. This is the final answer, and here I have used all the steps, but the adjoint of a square matrix of order 2 we can find directly also by using certain tricks. So let us see what changes are there. So our earlier matrix whose adjoint is this, that was A11, A12, A21, A22. Let us relate. Now what you can see, this is here A11, A22, but here it is A22, A11. So this will be interchanged. You just interchange this. And you can also see one thing. Here A21, A12 is as it is, but there is only sign is changed. So what is the rule? Interchange the elements of principal diagonal. That A11 is here, A22 is here, and change the sign of off diagonal. Earlier it was positive A12, positive A21. Now you can see it is negative. So this is the basic rule, and by this you can write directly the adjoint of the square matrix of order 2. So I suggest you, whenever you have to find out, use this. By this you can save the time. What is the rule? I am again repeating this. Interchange the elements of principal diagonal and change the sign of the elements of off diagonal. Means if it is positive, write negative. If it is negative, write positive. That is only the changes you have to do. So let us do the one more question, and I hope you all are understanding this. We have to find the adjoint of, this is another question, find adjoint of A, where A is the matrix 2, 3, 1, 4, and that trick which we had discussed earlier, that is only for the square matrix of order 2. So directly you can write here by using that concept. What I have told, interchange the elements of principal diagonal, main diagonal. So 2 and 4 will be interchanged. This is 4, this is 2. And the elements of off diagonal will be as it is. Change the sign. Here the both are positive, so this will be minus minus. I think this is the adjoint of A. So the adjoint of A is 4, minus 3, minus 1, 2. Now for the questions based on square matrix of order 3, what is the process? First we will write the elements cofactor, that is cofactor of every element. Then we will write a matrix whose elements are the cofactors, and then we have to do the transpose. That is there. We will do further the problems based on that also. Now let us see certain standard results on adjoint of a matrix. Standard results. Standard results. These results are very helpful in doing the further problems, and you may get 1 marks, either objective or response type or fill in the blanks type questions based on these standard results. It has been found that every year 1 or 2 questions are coming on this. So let us see one by one. First result is, if A is any square matrix of order n, if A is any square matrix of order n, then what is the value of this A, the matrix, into adjoint of A, or adjoint of A into the matrix A, that is equal to determinant of A into I. Determinant of A into I. Now you all can recall, I is the identity matrix of order same as of A. So here A is a square matrix of order n, suppose. Then I is the identity matrix of order n, that is In. I have written in short here. So this is a very important property. Now let us see why it is. Why this is. So I will take one example for that, or let me take the standard results. Let me take the standard matrix. I am taking the matrix A as A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. You all can see this is a square matrix of order 3. This is a square matrix of order 3. Now I have to find the adjoint of this. Obviously adjoint of A will be the transpose of this, capital A11, capital A12, capital A13, then A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33, and transpose of that. And that is obviously A11, A12, A13, then A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Now my question was to find the product of this A multiplied by adjoint of A, or adjoint of A multiplied by A, because here both are possible, as this is a square matrix of order 3 by 3, this is also of the same 3 by 3. So you can multiply in any order. It is commutative here. The result is not, only the you can multiply. So now let us do that. Now I will do A into adjoint of A. So Let me write here. Now I am going to do A multiplied by adjoint of A, or adjoint of A multiplied by A. So A was small a 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, 3 1, 3 2, 3 3. This multiplied by adjoint of this one. This multiplied by this value. This is the adjoint of A. So capital A11, A21, A31, A12, A22, A32, A13, A23 and A33. Let us see what is happening when we are multiplying. And again you recall the concepts which we had used, which we had derived in the previous concept, that is minor and cofactor. Now how to multiply? The first row will be multiplied with first column. This is A11 into capital A11, A12 capital A12, A13 capital A13. And you can recall the previous concept that the sum of product of the elements and its corresponding cofactor is equal to determinant of that. So we can write that this is determinant of A, and if we are writing the sum of product of the elements of a matrix and the cofactors of any other row other than the given row, then that is 0. So this will be 0, this will be 0. Again here it is 0, determinant of A, 0, 0, 0, determinant of A. You can recall that we have used it. Why it is 0? If I am multiplying the first row with second, so A11, A21, this is different, that's why it is 0. Now you can use the properties of matrices. You can take common here. So I have taken determinant of A common, and this is now 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. And you can recall that this is determinant of A, and this is the identity matrix of order 3 because our matrix was of order 3. So this is I. So this is the way to show the given result, that the A into adjoint of A or adjoint of A multiplied by A is determinant of A into identity matrix. Now let us see some more property. So our previous result, the first result was adjoint of A multiplied by A, or A multiplied by adjoint of A is determinant of A into identity matrix. This is there. Now next thing is, if we are finding the determinant of A, so determinant of A can be either 0 or determinant of A is not 0. Determinant of the square matrix may be either 0 or non-zero. So if this is 0, then the matrix is called singular. Singular. So a square matrix is singular if the determinant of that matrix is 0. Otherwise, that matrix is called non-singular matrix. Non-singular matrix. Let me again remind you, if the determinant of a square matrix is 0, you can see determinant of A is 0, then A is singular matrix. Otherwise, this is called non-singular matrix. Let us take the example. This may be 1 marks question. You may have the question to check whether the given matrix is singular or not. For example, we are having a matrix B, a square matrix of order 2, that is 1, 2, 4, 8. Let us find the determinant of B, that is 1 into 8 minus 2 into 4 So 8 minus 8 is 0. So clearly you can say that B is singular. What is B? B is a singular matrix. So one thing is clear here, the concept of singular and non-singular matrix. Now you may be thinking, what is the need of this? So this will be used while we are finding the inverse of a matrix using the concept of adjoint and determinant. You are already knowing how to find the inverse using the elementary row operation and elementary column operation. So this was another result, singular matrix and non-singular matrix. Now our next result is that if A and B are non-singular matrices of the same order, that is the second result actually. If determinant of A is not 0 and determinant of B is also not 0, means we can say in language that A and B are non-singular matrices of the same order. Order is also same. So one thing is here, same order. Both are of same order. Then the product of these two matrices A and B, that is AB and BA, AB and BA are also non-singular. Then AB, determinant of AB is also not 0 and determinant of BA is also not 0. So in language, if I will say, I can say that if A and B are the square matrix of same order and both are non-singular, then the matrix AB and the matrix BA are also non-singular and of the same order. This is our next result. Now further, next result is that the determinant of the product of matrices is equal to product of the respective determinants. Product of the respective determinants, that is third result is determinant of product, determinant of AB is equal to determinant of A into determinant of B. Determinant of A into determinant of B, where both A and B are the square matrices of same order. Why we are focusing on same order? If they are not of the same order, we can't find AB. That's why. So that was our third result. Determinant of AB is equal to determinant of A into determinant of B. Now let us see one more result. The fourth result is, let us find the determinant of adjoint of A, adjoint of A into A. Already you are knowing the value of this. You are knowing what is adjoint of A into A. We have discussed that. That is how to do, means we have to find out determinant of, now you can recall adjoint of A into A was, here determinant of A 0 0 0, determinant of A 0 0 0, determinant of A. I have done this in the previously. That was the first result, adjoint of A into A, and the value of this is determinant of A, not this, means this one, adjoint of A into A is determinant of A into I. You can recall the first result, adjoint of A into A is determinant of A into I. Now I am finding the determinant of this, determinant of product of a matrix and its adjoint, adjoint of A into A or A into adjoint of A. You can recall this. Now recall the properties of determinant, that from every column or from every row or from a particular column or particular row we can take something common. Here determinant of A is there. This can be also determinant of A into 0, that is 0, and this can be also determinant of A into 0. So I am taking determinant of A, that is a numerical value, common from the first row. So determinant of A. Again I am taking the determinant of A common from second row, and again I am taking the determinant of A common from third row. So this is now left here 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. So this is determinant of A cube, and what is the value of this? Determinant of identity matrix is 1. So that will be 1. The value of this will be 1. You can find it. So what we have seen here, that determinant of adjoint of A, you can write like this, adjoint of A into A, this is determinant of A whole cube. Determinant of A whole cube. Now we can use our previous concept, that determinant of AB is equal to determinant of A into determinant of B. So can we write here determinant of adjoint of A into determinant of A is determinant of A cube, or cube of determinant of A. I think this is correct. This is one determinant of suppose matrix A, this is determinant of matrix B, this is this. Now one more thing here, that if A is non-singular, if A is non-singular means if determinant of A is not 0, then what will happen? Determinant of adjoint of A will be determinant of A cube by determinant of A. Can we write? I am transposing this to the right hand side. Here it is in the multiplication, so there it will be in the division. So finally we can write determinant of adjoint of A is equal to determinant of A whole square. So here A was a square matrix of order 3. A was the square matrix of order 3. So this is determinant of A square. So we can generalize this. The adjoint of a matrix or a square matrix of order n, determinant of adjoint of a square matrix of order n is determinant of A to the power n minus 1. If I am generalizing, here it is adjoint of A is determinant of A to the power 3 minus 1, because it is a square matrix of order 3. So the result is 3 minus 1. So now I am generalizing this result. This is a very important result. You may get 1 marks question also here. इसको कैसे जनरलाइज कर रहे हैं? मैं ऐसे जनरलाइज कर रहा हूँ, if A is any square matrix which is non-singular and order of this matrix A is n, then determinant of adjoint of A is determinant of A raised to the power n minus 1. From here you can relate this. Here it is 3 minus 1, so it is n minus 1, and this is a very important property which is used frequently. So the determinant of adjoint of a matrix and determinant of a matrix, they are not same. They have different relations. Okay. Now let me see one problem based on this, which is in your textbook there is a question based on this one, that is 17 number question of .5 This is a 1 marks question. This is frequently occurring. It is same question. A is a non-singular matrix. A is a non-singular matrix of order 3 into 3, then determinant of adjoint of A is equal to, there are different options. The options are: A is given determinant of A, B is given determinant of A square, C is given determinant of A cube, and D is given 3 times of determinant of A. So easily we can do it. We have to find the adjoint of A. Already we have done here the proof also of this question. So adjoint of A is here. Determinant of A raised to the power whatever is the order -1, 3 minus 1. That is determinant of A whole square. And obviously the result is B. This is the correct answer. So this is a question which is repeatedly occurring in the board exams also. This may be given a different language, but the questions are same. Now our next concept is, so we had completed 3 results. Now one more standard result is there, that is what is the condition that a square matrix will be invertible. We had already learned in the chapter matrix to find the inverse of a matrix using elementary row operation. So now first of all we will see the condition for a square matrix being invertible. So let me first consider that A is any matrix which is invertible. Let A is an invertible, I am considering in the beginning, invertible matrix, that is a square matrix of order n, that is n into n. And B is another square matrix such that AB equals to BA is I. You can recall this was the condition for one of the condition, that if A into B equals to B into A is identity matrix, then B is called inverse of A, or A is called inverse of B. So now the question is, what will be the criteria for, or when we can say that A is invertible? It is a minimum condition. So if I am writing the determinant, so determinant of AB is equal to determinant of BA, this is determinant of I, you can write. Okay, so now again use the previous results. See, in every step we are using the previous results. This can be determinant of A into determinant of B, or determinant of B into determinant of A. This is 1. Determinant of identity matrix is 1. So if I am using this concept and this one, we can write determinant of B is 1 by determinant of A. Or if I am using this also, then determinant of B is 1 by determinant of A. It means the B is existing only when this is not 0. This B exists only when determinant of A is not 0. This is the necessary and sufficient condition for invertibility of a matrix. So what is the necessary condition? The matrix must be non-singular matrix. A square matrix is invertible if and only if that is non-singular. If and only if that is non-singular. So that is one condition, and that is clear from this derivation. So we can write that A square matrix. A square matrix A is invertible. Invertible if and only if, that is necessary and sufficient, if and only if A is non-singular. Non-singular means you are knowing that the determinant of A must not be 0. That is the result. Now let us just do one more concept here, that is A, the matrix into adjoint of A, or adjoint of A into that matrix is determinant of A into I. Already we have done this in the first result. Now if I am writing like this, I think there is no problem. A into adjoint of A by determinant of A equals to adjoint of A by determinant of A into A is I. There is no problem in this. I have transposed the determinant of A. I have transposed the determinant of A from the left side to the right side. This has been transposed. Now I am taking the determinant in both sides. So determinant of A into adjoint of A by determinant of A. This equals to determinant of adjoint of A by determinant of A into A. That is determinant of A. That we can write. We can use again the property determinant of A into B is determinant of A into determinant of adjoint of A by determinant of A. This is same. And what is the determinant of I? That is 1. So if A is any matrix, adjoint of A divided by determinant of A is also a matrix. And from here we can conclude that we got here that the determinant of A into adjoint of A by determinant of A, this is 1, or this can be written as, this can be also written as determinant of adjoint of A by determinant of A into determinant of A. Now if here determinant of A is not 0 and this is another matrix, obviously if you are dividing adjoint of a matrix by determinant of the matrix, you are getting another matrix and their product is 1. So if this is a matrix, this is another matrix, and the product of the two matrices is 1, that is identity matrix, or we can say the product of determinant of two matrices is 1, then surely they are inverse of each other. They are inverse of each other. So if this is a determinant of A, this is determinant of B, this is 1. So here we can say that B is inverse of A. B is inverse of A, and from there we can get the formula to find the inverse of a matrix. Obviously this is the inverse of the matrix. This is A, this is B. So what is the formula here? Inverse of A is adjoint of A divided by determinant of A, where A is determinant of A is not 0, or we can say that determinant of A is not 0 or A is non-singular matrix. So basically this is the formula to find out inverse of a matrix. This is the formula to find out the inverse of a matrix, that is A inverse is adjoint of A divided by determinant of A. So here we had discussed certain properties. Let me again revise those properties, then we will move ahead. The properties were, first let me start from here. Or properties means they are the standard results. So first property was adjoint of A into A, or A into adjoint of A. I am just recalling, that is determinant of A into I. Then another one was, if A is non-singular matrix, then AB and BA are also non-singular. Means if A is not 0, determinant of B is not 0, then determinant of AB and determinant of BA, they are also not 0. That was another property. Then one more property was determinant of adjoint of A was determinant of A to the power n minus 1. This also we had completed. And our last property was that inverse of A if is adjoint of A divided by determinant of A. We had seen that derivation also. And what is the condition? Actually for all these the condition is A is non-singular matrix. If A is singular matrix, obviously adjoint of A divided by 0 will be undefined here. So we can find the inverse of a matrix only when it is non-singular, and this is basically the formula to find inverse of the matrix. So in the next session we will do how to find the inverse using this formula. That is, we will do the problems. By that time you can do the problems of exercise 4.5 of NCERT. The problems which you can do, they are question number 1, 2. These two questions are based on finding the adjoint. Then 3, 4 also you can do. They are based upon the verification that A multiplied by adjoint of A or adjoint of A multiplied by A is determinant of A into I. In this you have to find out left hand side and right hand side, and they should be equal. So these 4 questions you can do very easily. In the next class we will, or in the next session, we will see how to find inverse, how to find A inverse or inverse of a matrix using the formula. Already you are knowing how to find the inverse of a matrix using the elementary row and column operation, but here we will see how to find the inverse using the formula which we have derived just now, and then after that we will see the application of determinant and matrices, that is the word problems. So that is for today. You can do these problems. Enjoy mathematics. Have a good day.